Now, one thing that absolutely has not been part of the reason why Holden has left this country, why GM have killed it off, is electric cars. Now, despite their very best efforts, the Channel 9 press do everything they can to try to pretend that there is an electric car revolution that is happening in Australia. Well, even after all of the subsidies, all of the cuts in car registration and so much more, guess what the total sales figures were for electric cars in Australia last year? 0.6%. And of those, 2/3 were Teslas, the specific model that was worth $68,000. So the same newspaper that tried to pretend that a move from this much to this much was a massive revolution compared to the overall pie that is car sales in Australia, they now say that the way to get people to buy an electric car is through, and I'm serious, I've talked about this for how long in this show, that lefties act like teenagers. Well, guess what they're saying here? They are saying that they need peer pressure. Peer pressure. That's the headline that was in the articles today. Peer pressure to spark electric vehicle sales in Australia. Apparently, Deakin University researcher James Davidson released some research on Monday showing the prevailing attitudes and social norms were important factors in driving consumer behaviour as tangible things like price, operating costs, driving range, emissions and acceleration time, otherwise known as all the stuff you think about when you buy a car. How much does it cost? How much does it cost to fix? Is it going to work? Is it going to do the job that I want to do? But literally, peer pressure is what we are talking about now as a way of forcing people to adopt a type of technology. Now, I am not some Luddite who's going to sit here and pretend electric cars have no future or no place in Australia. Of course they do. But the idea that we have either the technology, the range, the recharging stations, or even the power grid that would be able to take an entire country on electric vehicles, it doesn't exist. And don't forget, for those who want to talk about the peer pressure, among other things, of electric vehicles, that how's this? $20 billion to the state and federal governments is how much money is raised by fuel, diesel and registration costs. An electric vehicle would pay at least maybe one of the three of those, certainly not petrol, certainly not diesel, and in many states they don't even pay full registration. So for those who want the peer pressure for us to move to electric vehicles, could you please tell me how the hell you're going to fix the now $20 billion hole this year, next year and every year to come that comes from not taxing what we have currently done when it comes to cars? You are the people who want a big Australia. You are the people who want even more people accessing services such as education, also, not just education, but also the police force, hospitals, all the rest of it. You're going to need some revenue. And Pester Power apparently is going to kill off the best part of $20 billion worth of it. Please.